Hey everyone. We've been getting a lot of questions about the Slow N Sear Kamado, specific to its ability to reverse sear. I decided to do a demonstration. I took a couple of 1.5 inch thick ribeyes and did the reverse sear process on the Kamado. And I challenged myself by trying to doing both the low and slow and the searing phase of the cook using one load of charcoal. I thought the results were extremely impressive. Hope you agree, and check it out. All right, we prepared for the reverse sear on a couple of 1.5 inch ribeyes. I've got a pretty much mostly lit basket of lump charcoal there, and we're just going to close the lid down. Set this top vent to about 1. Set the bottom vent to 1. And we're going to wait for that charcoal to settle down and soak up the ceramics with heat. You can see we're already climbing up. This will zoom probably up past 250 in the beginning, and then it'll start to taper down, and we'll check back in a few minutes. It's been about 10 minutes now. The temperature peaked at 294, and now it's slowly on the decline. So the nice thing about our turbo slow setup is it allows us to cool our temperatures off. I forgot to mention earlier, I put a chunk of hickory in there, so we're waiting on the smoke to clear it from that. And I'm also going to install the drip and griddle pan with our roasting rack on there, and we're going to monitor the temperatures on the charcoal grate level. And depending on what this temperature reads, we may do the low and slow portion of the cook on the charcoal grate level, and I'll show you that in a second. So I just added the drip and griddle pan on the charcoal grate level. So as you can see, we've got the middle cooking portion right now are for indirect, and we've got that bottom grate, and I'm monitoring the temperatures with probes on each, and we're just going to see what those settle in at before we decide where we want to cook. It's been about 10 minutes, and as you can see, this is the lower cooking grate, and it's at low and slow temperature, so we're going to use that. I've added probes for the meat. Speaking of meat, here it is. I was really happy to find these in the butcher case. This is a prime ribeye, great marbling, $20 a pound, which is a bit high, but all the fat has been trimmed off, and the only thing there is the eye of the ribeye and the end cap. So to me, that 20 bucks is a great deal. Smoke is clean. So we're gonna put these steaks on the bottom grate, and I'll show you that in a second. All right, so I have added the steaks to the bottom grate. As you can see, we've got a really nice hot fire over there, yet we were still maintaining that 230 or so temperature at this grate level. So having the fire on the side and having this lower grate really allows you to have two very distinct temperature cooking zones. We're gonna close this up, and we're gonna start cooking. Just a mid-cook update. The steak's been on maybe 10 or 15 minutes. I took this probe off the main grate. That 89 degrees is the temperature outside. There's the probe right there. So we're 9 degrees in the shade. 241 on the indirect side. Steaks are around 60 degrees and warming up. We're in the full sun, so big thick Kamado, full sun. Turbo slow effect still allows us to maintain a low and slow cooking temperature on the indirect side with a bunch of fully lit charcoal that we showed you earlier. Steaks just hit around 80 degrees, so we're going to give them a quick flip just to even out the cooking, and want you to note that we're at 239, so if anything, the temperature is declining slightly on the indirect side. Those are looking really good. So just a quick flip, and we'll close her back up. Temperatures have been holding really steady on the indirect side. My steaks are about around the 110 range, give or take a degree, so they're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and take them off and take them inside to prep. I'm gonna take this pan out and open the vents and get the charcoal hot. Pan's removed. I've stuck the charcoal a little bit. I think we have enough to sear with, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Got my top vent open, my bottom vent open. We're gonna let this warm up while I prep the steaks. Prepping the steaks for the sear. This is going to be the standard preparation that you've seen in pretty much all of our videos. We dry off the exterior because you actually have to get rid of all that water on the surface before you can sear the steaks. And we're gonna apply a little olive oil to the surface and some cracked pepper. And this is all there is to it. I'm gonna do that to the other 3 sides and then we'll take these out to sear. Fire's nice and hot, so we're just gonna get the steaks on the indirect side. Cooking with a cold grate using our cold grate technique. And we're gonna spin them over the hot side, and then we're gonna wait and see if we hear sizzling within 15 seconds. And I hear sizzling, so that lets us know our fire's hot enough. And now we just wait a good 40 seconds or so, and then we'll flip. All right, that should do it. So we'll go ahead and rotate these and back over the heat. All right, get some nice color on them. And let those go another minute. Do another minute, so we'll spin and flip. Everybody, I apologize. My phone overheated while I was searing, and I didn't realize it till I was pretty much done. So the steak seared for about 4 minutes, and they're looking good. So we're gonna take them inside and cut them up. All right, here we go. These are temping around 135, so they're a nice medium rare. Let's see, we got our wall-to-wall red that we're looking for. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Now the only thing left to do is slice off a bite. All right, maybe 2 or 3 bites for me, so I can do a taste test. All right, time for my taste test. Cheers. That's delicious. The dry brining beforehand, a couple of days prior, gets the salt in there, gives you a nice beefy flavor you don't get when you salt the day of on a cook. The pepper flavor is just bloomed from searing it on the fire using the cold grate technique. We cook low and slow on the indirect side on the charcoal grate level. We seared using the same charcoal that we cooked low and slow with. Got a great result. I'm happy with that. So I hope you like this demonstration of the Slow N Sear Kamado. A lot of guys have asked this question. I apologize for my video skills and snafus today. I'll get better as I practice more doing this. And what else can I say? Thanks for watching. Remember, 2 zones are better than 1.